What's up, guys? Welcome to Shades Tube. Happy and blessed Tuesday night, you guys. It is 9:14 p.m. out here on the West Coast. And again, I hope you guys are having a beautiful evening. And if you did not check out my earlier live, make sure y'all go over there and check that out after this live is over. Welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches us in the replay. Over here in the chat, we got Jermaine in the place to be. Jermaine said, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop a super chat or a super sticker to support the stream, or hit that cash app, y'all, at $ShadesTube. And thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and do that copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is scrolling across the screen, and it will be in my comment area once this video is over. Also, guys, if you want to show additional support for this channel, please feel free to do a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content tonight. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed, and hit that bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. All right, and thank you guys so much for that one as well. Okay, so tonight, guys, we are going to be talking about Allison, Casey Allison's guilty verdict, Shannon Sharpe, how he refused to watch that tape, and Diddy is using all types of tactics to get out of this, to get lesser charges or to get off scot, I guess, a mistrial. And we're going to talk about Carmelo Anthony as well. All right, because I want to show y'all a video. All right, so what was I going to say? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, y'all get you something to drink, a relaxing seat or bed, and some food if you like. If you are at work, continue to do your job and watch me on the download. So let's go ahead and get started with this live. And we're going to try to get out of here. Well, we are going to get out of here by 10:30, okay? No later than 10:30. All right, my time, 10:30. Okay, so first thing first, let me take this down. Let's go ahead and put the banner up. What should we talk about first? Let's talk about Caysen Allison first, okay? Let's talk about him. Let's go ahead and cover him real quick. And I think I spelled his name wrong down here, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, so Caysen Allison, I told you yesterday that he was in jury deliberation. I think I said that right. And they finally came up with a verdict after 12 hours of deliberation, I think. I think I'm right when I say this. Let me look up the case. Now, we did have someone here earlier trying to tell me about the case, and they said that he was found innocent. So, of course, me, going to research it, that was not entirely true. A jury returned a guilty verdict for negligent homicide. Okay, and like I said, this came after more than 12 hours of deliberations. All right. As you guys know, Allison was accused of stabbing Joe Ramirez to unalive point in a bathroom of Belton High School in 2022. He faces up to 6 months to 2 years in a state facility, according to Allison's defense attorney, Zachary Boyd. Okay, so with this homicide, he can get 6 months to 2 years. Okay, I was thinking that he would have a longer sentence. Okay, so I guess that is kind of a win-win situation. So let's see. I'm not going to go through his whole trial and what they did and everything. I'm just going to tell you guys what happened. So they did say there was a lot of tears, joy, and even anger following the verdict. Judge Faulkner then told Allison that the probation office will be working on a pre-sentence report in his case. Boyd then asked Judge Faulkner if Allison's ankle monitor could be removed. The state objected to this, saying he was not eligible based on the verdict. Then they asked the judge to find Allison's bond insufficient. So Judge Faulkner declined the request to remove Allison's ankle monitor and deemed the bond sufficient. Okay, let's see here. So then they said the sentencing phase will begin June the 16th at 9 a.m. Allison chose to have his sentence come from Judge Faulkner instead of the jury. Joe's sister, Olivia, posted to Facebook that her brother did not receive justice. Right. She said, "You deserve so much more life, and so much more justice." So anyway, that criminally negligent homicide means the jury found Allison did not intend to unalive Joe. All right. So that's what that means. So that's why he only got 2 years, 6 months to 2 years. He's going to get 6 months to 2 years, and the judge is going to decide how long he gets. On what day did I say this was? On June 16 at 9 a.m. All right. So they said that, I think this is Boyd. Let me make sure that's the judge. Make sure his name, because I have to make sure. No, Boyd is, hold on, let me see who Boyd is. Boyd must be, I think that's his attorney, okay? Let me make sure, I have to make sure. I'm just looking through this to make sure. Oh, boy. I'm pretty sure that's his attorney. Yeah, that's got to be his attorney. Okay, so anyway, what was I going to say? Boyd said they saw a young man scared, injured, reacting in a sudden violent encounter others initiated. Okay, so it's not intentional. You didn't listen to the whole entire daggone story. All right, so I'm going to go over it again in a minute. Okay, he said in order to convict on murder, the jury had to consider 3 theories, which were based on whether Allison intended to harm Joe. If they did not return the guilty verdict for murder, they also had to consider manslaughter, and if not manslaughter, the least severe of all the charges is criminally negligent homicide. The same thing that they are going to find, what's his name? Y'all know Carmelo guilty of, okay? That's the same thing they're going to find him guilty of. Criminally negligent homicide. If it's not straight up self-defense. So they said over the course of the trial, the state tried to make a case that Allison could not have acted in self-defense. They pointed to a number of facts to support the theory, including an alleged threat he made on Snapchat to Joe. His actions when he walked in the bathroom and did not choose to leave, in his discarding of the knife after it happened. So we're going to stop there. Now, clearly, the judge didn't really buy that he wasn't trying to get out of the bathroom, because some witnesses said that Allison tried to leave the bathroom and Joe and his boys prevented him from leaving the restroom. Okay. And one of Joe's boys threw the first punch or hit. Okay. And I think that first hit went to either Allison or either his friend Brittle. I think that's his friend named Brittle, if I'm not mistaken. And that's when everything broke out. Okay. And I guess sometime doing that in fighting or whatever, that's when Allison took out his knife. I think he had that knife before, though. I think he took it out before they started actually fighting. I'm not sure, I can't remember, but that's when he started using it. Okay. And probably because he was in a fit of, scared, fighting, and that's how he managed to stab that boy more than one time. So anyway, let's see where else. What else is here? Let's see. And then the jury had to consider whether or not the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Caysen Allison did not act in self-defense, and they wholly failed to do so. Okay, so they could not prove that this boy did this, that he basically murdered the other kid. Okay, they cannot prove that. So Boyd continued to talk. He said, and let's not forget the shadow cast by the investigation itself, the failure to do this boy's Miranda rights at his arrest, the minimization of Allison's rights under Miranda at the beginning of his interrogation. Allison defense team focused on inconsistencies in the police investigation, which I think we talked about that the other day too. I don't remember exactly what they are or were, but we talked about all of this the other day. Anyway, they said law enforcement said they looked at less than an hour of video. They simply chose not to do a complete, thorough, and comprehensive investigation. Okay, because like, for example, when they had that little altercation outside of the prom after party, somebody said that Joe allegedly had a GUN. They claimed the police did not check. Okay. And here you go right here. They said the defense also pointed to the claim that someone in Joe's group threatened Allison with a weapon before the fight in the bathroom. And that's at that prom after party, which they argued supported the self-defense argument because Joe allegedly threatened Allison. Okay, they claimed that Joe or somebody on his team had a GUN, and then they claimed that the police did not search. All right. Now, despite the lesser charge, Boyd said there are no happy endings for anyone, and I agree because a boy lost his life. This dude right here is going to have that still follow him, regardless, of what he ended up being guilty of. Okay, that's still going to follow him. His attorney said this was a hard case and nobody should ever outlive their child. No human being should have their child pass on in a violent way. And I'm so sorry for their loss. And the Allison family is so sorry for their loss because there is no good outcome to this. So Allison will remain out on bond while he awaits sentencing. So once he gets sentenced on June the 9th, I believe, or the 11th at 9 a.m. Let's see, what did they say? Let's see, when is this bond thing? It's sentencing. It's on, I think they said June the 9th or either the 11th. So he will be out on bond until then. Actually, it's on June the 16th at 9 a.m. Okay, so he will be out on bond until June the 16th when the judge go ahead and do the sentencing, which he could get anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. And so if he gets 6 months, then they're going to put him into custody right then and there, and he'll be locked up for whatever time the judge gives him. I'm thinking the judge is probably going to give him, I don't know, he may only give him 6 months. I don't know. Or he may do a year, or he may do the entire 2 years. Hey Shell, what's up? Thank you so much for tuning in. I like your profile picture. I know that's right. Because in a fit of when you're scared and you're using a knife, because you're protecting yourself, and you just sometimes you just keep on stabbing. Okay, you just keep on stabbing because you want to make sure that person does not come and do whatever you think they're trying to do. Okay, it's not, you're welcome. It's not like, oh, let me stab one time and that's it. A lot of people stab more than once. When that dude broke in my house, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. If he wouldn't have taken off and ran, okay, when I stabbed him in his chest, and pulled the knife back out, he would have got stabbed again, but he took off and ran. Okay, so a lot of times when people stab people in self-defense, a lot of times they stab again. All right, especially if they're fighting and they're trying to stop a person from messing with them. Sometimes they stab more than one time. All right, point blank. I don't think he was trying. I don't think he meant to do this because I don't think he knew those boys were in the restroom. Now I still say I don't know why Allison um, did not go to another restroom because I'm pretty sure they have more than one restroom in that entire school. So if you know somebody maybe trying to fight you or whatever the case is, I'm like thinking to myself when you know try to avoid certain places in the school. Okay, and but he did try to leave out of the bathroom. He really did. And when he tried to leave out the bathroom, um, Joe's boys allegedly stopped him. And I went over the whole entire thing with you guys when I told you that. And I can't remember who threw the first punch, but I do know it was Joe's boys with the Joe. Okay. And that's when Allison friend, I think Brittle, whatever his name is, he tried to help. Okay. He tried to help. So they were all in the bathroom fighting. And I believe Caysen had his knife already out and he ended up using it. And why did he have a knife? Just like he just said, to protect himself. Because like he said Joe and his boys were known to jump people. Now, when you look at Joe's picture, you wouldn't even think this is true. Okay, but like I said before, looks are deceiving. Because you would have never guessed that I had to defend myself so many times. Because again, looks are deceiving. All right. So looking at pictures and people looking like they don't do stuff, I mean, that's just like, please don't even look at that because people are capable. Any person is really capable of doing anything. You know, I believe that Allison probably was scared. You know, he even called up his friends. I think it was Brittle. I can't remember. And he asked, I think it was Brittle, who he asked if that's the guy's name to get him a GUN. But clearly they couldn't get a GUN, so he must have aimed for the knife. All right. And the only reason why he said he did that is because the other dude had a GUN at the altercation outside of the after prom party. Okay, so it's a whole bunch of bullcrap that could have been de-escalated if only people would have done the right thing instead of instigating the whole entire thing. Now, don't forget they were texting each other after this altercation at the after party, if I remember this correctly, and they were both, you know, saying stuff, and then they had also agreed to have the fight at some park, not at school, but it didn't happen at the park. You know, like I said, when he went to the restroom, Joe and his boys was already there. Allison, I think, went to use the bathroom. I can't remember, and try to get out. Hey, Red Squid, thank you so much for tuning in. He tried to leave the restroom and couldn't because Joe interfered and stopped him. Okay, Joe had a bunch of boys there. It was just Caysen Allison and his friend Brittle, I believe. 2 people against all of those boys. They most hated. So that's why Caysen Allison had that knife with him because he was scared and he wanted to have protection. Okay, much like Carmelo. I believe he had his knife with him because he just carries a knife with himself for protection. And it's just unfortunate that he had to use that on that day he stabbed Austin Metcalf. Okay? And that's what I think that's all about, point blank. You said why? I just told you why he had the knife, okay? Yeah, you know, and I always ask this again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And yet, you know, the answers are just what they are. These kids don't do this. They don't go tell teachers. They just handle things themselves. And one reason I believe they handle things themselves is because they try to look tough. Let's keep it real. Egos. Just like with Carmelo and Austin. Egos. Everybody want to look tough. Nobody wants to go tell the teacher or anything. I even asked the question earlier, what happened to bathroom monitors that they have in schools that checks the restroom to make sure kids don't stay in the restroom too long, to make sure there are not 100 people in one restroom? Because, you know, kids do many things in those restrooms. They do drugs, They have XEX. They get into altercations. They bully people in the bathrooms. Why didn't any teachers check that bathroom? Because in some schools, they do have bathroom monitors. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't see any charges for the knife. Okay, I don't. And he had the knife on school property. So everybody's making a big deal about Carmelo having a knife at the park. Okay, and this kid had his knife on him at the school. And I really hope that Carmelo's attorneys took a look at this case in the verdict and everything that we just went over and see that he did not get charged with having a knife on school property. I don't see anything that says that. Then they start tripping about he discarded the knife, but he's a kid. He probably was scared. Okay, just like when Carmelo threw his knife, he didn't hide his knife. He just threw it down. Okay, this kid right here, he discarded his knife somewhere. I can't remember where, and left it there. Okay, and then he went home, if I'm not mistaken, and called somebody on the phone and told them what he did, or he was basically saying something to them. I can't remember. Hey, J4, how you doing? Long time no see, hon. Yeah, so I guess, like I said, they looked at the fact that he was scared. They jumped him first, they hit first, and there was a bunch of those boys in there, and he just probably panicked and just threw the knife away. Not saying he's trying to hide the knife, but he probably just threw it away. Okay, because you remember, these are kids, they're not thinking. Listen, when that dude broke in my house, right, and I had to stab him, I called somebody up on the phone and told them to come up in my house. They came. They told me to hide the knife. So you'll be shocked what people tell you to do. All right, and I almost listened to him, and I realized something. Why I be hiding a knife when somebody broke in my house and I'm defending myself and my child? So I went and picked it back up. What kind of stuff is that? So, sometimes people do stuff because they be so scared and they be thinking that, they're going to still get in trouble, or they just be scared. They just panic and just throw the knife down, So that's what he probably did. And they said the jury had to consider whether or not the state provided beyond a reasonable doubt that Caysen did not act in self-defense, and they failed to do so. So they believe that Caysen acted in self-defense, and so do I, because there was a bunch of boys in that bathroom and they hit him first. Okay, they hit him first. And there were threats made, and I believe by both. Okay, let's keep it real. And allegedly, they said that Joe had a weapon at the prom after party. And I use allegedly because it was not proven that is the case. They just said that he had threatened with a weapon or whatever the case is. Okay, so that's the reason that Caysen, Allison, asked his friend to give him a GUN. And I'm guessing his friend could not get it, so therefore he decided to use a knife instead, because a knife is better than having nothing at all. He said that Joe already was known for jumping people, so of course he would have a knife or some other type of weapon, a knife or either GUN. He couldn't get a GUN, so he used the knife. Just like in Carmelo Anthony's situation, I believe that Carmelo had that knife for protection. We don't know what type of things are going on in this dude's mind at that time. Before that, people could have been messing with him, or like I said earlier, he could be looking at the cases of black men, black boys, or whatever, and black women, black people in general, getting unalive for no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying? Because people be racist or whatever the case is. So he might have had that knife for that reason. We don't know, but we will know. Right. It definitely is. Right. They're not making a big, thing about this situation right here. You don't hear anybody saying, why did this kid have a knife at school? Why this? Why that? He's a murderer and things like that. You don't see this. You don't see the media putting up there the murderer. They didn't do that. They did it with the black kid, though. And then you got these black people who sit their dumb asses right there and agree with that. And yeah, I called you guys dumb because that's exactly what you are. All right. I mean, why do you even have to put the race in there if you don't even agree with it in the first place? If you think that Carmelo did something, why are you putting the race in it and talking about black people in general? Listen, you and then when something happened to you guys, then you want to use the race card. You can't have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. And in my opinion, it's very stupid to attack your own race when so many other races attack us as well. So why would you attack your own race? Even if you do believe that Carmelo basically murdered this kid. All right. But you shouldn't attack every black person because of that. It's not cool. I see so many black people, especially black men. You need your ass whipped. And that's on everything doing this. Just like I heard one guy saying earlier that Carmelo's dad should have spoken out and should not have let the woman do it, and let's take care of our black queens. But the thing is, you say this, but some of you guys don't even take care of your black queens. You call them BITCHs, you play around on them, you hit them, you be very disrespectful. So how can you talk about anything? Maybe he did not want to talk. Maybe he's not a good public speaker. Okay? Maybe he was so damn mad that if he get up there and talk, he may mess everything up. We don't know why he let his wife talk. Maybe he chose to let his wife talk because she can have people sympathize with her more than him, because women show their feelings more than men. Okay, that's probably the primary reason they let her talk. But you guys want to jump to that bull crap saying that he's no man. How do you know? Are you in their households? You're not there. So how do you know what type of man he is? Clearly, he's better than a lot of these black men, okay? Because he's taking care of his family. He's working. He bought his wife a car. He bought his son a car. They have a nice house, okay? And he's with her. Then somebody was arguing they don't have the same last name. They know what kind of woman she is. Listen, this is year what? 2000 and something, right? 2025. Women, some women choose not to take the last name for whatever reason. That does not mean that they don't really care for their spouse and all this other bull crap that some of you guys think. All right? You don't have to take that name if you don't want to. That's your choice and your husband's decision, not the damn people outside looking in. You don't know why she did that like that. That's why I say you guys need to learn how to mind your business. All right? And that's on everything. Instead of focusing on the facts, you guys focus on BS and got the nerve to talk about blacks who don't do certain things when you fall right into that category yourself. All right? Goodness. Very hypocritical. No one has said anything about this young dude carrying a knife. And see, I'm not a racist. See, I'm taking up for the dude. He's white. Okay, I'm saying the same thing that I said about Carmelo, that this dude probably had that knife because he was probably scared. And that doesn't mean someone is a punk because they are scared. Okay? Or because, excuse me, it doesn't mean that they're a punk because they're scared or because they have a knife. All right? Punks sit around here trying to act bad and think they can't be effed up and then be looking stupid when their dumbasses are in a grave or in the hospital. If you think someone is about to do something to you, I know good and damn well you're not going to be walking around without anything trying to give yourself a fair chance. And I don't care how old you are. Ain't nobody going to sit here and let people do stuff to them. Are y'all crazy? You worry about the consequences afterwards. Okay? Because if somebody was telling me they're going to beat my ass, I'm going to be trying to be prepared for it. Listen, when I used to go to school, back in junior high school, I went to an all-white school in an all-white area. All right? Basically, nobody did anything, but, every now and then somebody would holler out of their cars, go home inward. I'm going to say it right here. So, you know what? I was saying to myself, hell, ain't nobody they going to get me out here in, L-Y-N-C-H-E-D, if I spelled that right. Or L-Y-N-C-H me. That's what I said. So you know what? Guess what Shay's Tube did? She got a knife. It was a gold knife. No, it was silver. okay, like white gold, okay, because I was into all this little flashy looking stuff. And I bought myself one and put it in my book bag just in case somebody messed with me when I used to catch the bus to that all white school in a white area, because they were already screaming out their windows at times, "Go home, Nigger." And just in case one of them got brave, or two or three, hey, I may can't take them all out, but I was going to show try. So I won't be taken out, or RAPED, and then taken out. I was not stupid as a kid. And I was only like 13 years old at the time. All right. And I was a good kid, shy, everything else. Didn't get into no altercations, let people mess with me, didn't never go in my bag and take out anything. It was just for the people outside, just in case. But one day in school, I don't know how that damn thing fell out my bag. I don't know what happened. It fell out. And so then I got in trouble. All right. As a matter of fact, I got suspended for carrying a knife to school. And I was a good ass student. A, B grades, everything, stayed to myself, didn't bother. Nobody had friends, but they was all like me, basically square, or whatever you want to call it. We didn't drink, we didn't smoke, we didn't do anything. I didn't talk to boys or nothing. Okay, so I had friends the same as me, basically kind of boring and stuff. So the thing is, kids carry stuff because they be scared. I was scared. I was scared that one of those white people, racist white people, were going to catch me one day and do stuff. And so I was like, that wasn't going to happen. Okay, so still today, some kids worry about that, and that's the reason they take weapons, and that's the reason why I believe Carmelo, I don't know if I'm right, somebody could have just been threatening him, or somebody could have messed with him before, or whatever the case is. Okay, and as far as Caysen, he already told you he took it because Joe and his boys were, they were threatening him, and they were supposed to fight, and he know that Joe always brings a lot of people. He is known for jumping people, so it is what it is. But the thing about it, you got hypocritical people who did not say anything about this kid having a knife on school grounds. You don't see in the headlines, the little murderer. You don't see that. You don't see that when you look up that case. If you don't believe me, go type it into Google right now. You don't see that. But when you type in Carmelo, especially 2 weeks ago, you see the murderer. This little dude, Carmelo, does not even have a history of any violence at all. But yet everybody want to paint him as a murderer when they don't even have all of the facts. They don't have it, you guys. But anyway, like I said before, Caysen Allison is guilty of negligent homicide, right? Is that what they call it? And that simply means that he was not trying to unalive that kid. He was scared and acted in self-defense. He can get anywhere from 6 months to 2 years in, I believe they said, the state detention facility. All right. Right now, he is out on bond. He was ordered to keep his ankle monitor on, okay, while he's awaiting to be sentenced on June the 19th, if I'm not mistaken, or 16. Let me look and see again. Yeah, June the 16th at 9 a.m. Okay. And the Judge Faulkner, will be handing down his sentence. Usually the jury does it, but I guess they give you a decision, a choice to make the decision. Okay, who you want to give you your sentence. Okay. And they deemed the bond sufficient too, whatever bond that was. I forgot what his bond was. And that's another thing. His bond was way smaller than Carmelo. So there's a lot of racism going on in that justice system. And this is why I don't understand why some of you people like to do crimes and things like that to get yourself in that same racist system. And you guys know they're racist, okay? And you guys are not kids, You're not kids. But you guys can do stuff, like stealing from banks, stealing from stores, unaliving people, breaking in people's houses, raping people, assaulting people, selling and things like that, okay? And then you want to scream about people being racist when you allow yourself to be incarcerated in a racist system. so they can practice all the racism that they want to on you. Listen, Black people, you got to make better choices. You can't talk about Carmelo Anthony when you can't even make a good choice. I mean, you really can't. You cannot even do it, guys. You cannot even do it. All right. So, again, I'm sorry that the other kid lost his life. My condolences are expressed out to his family and friends and anybody that knew him. But at the same time, if something is self-defense and the judge and the jury prove it as that, and the prosecutors cannot prove it's not self-defense, then I think justice is served. I really do. Okay. And I honestly believe that Caysen Allison was acting in self-defense. When I read the case and saw that that boy and his friends hit him first and would not let him leave the restroom, I knew then that it had to be some type of self-defense, because why are you preventing anyone from leaving? And then you throw in the first hit and stuff, and you think people are not going to defend themselves to the best of their capability? I don't know what's wrong with y'all if you think people are not going to do that. I challenge you to go outside and you hit somebody and see what's going to happen. Okay, especially if they have a weapon. All right. So let's go ahead and read y'all comments over here. Then we're going to move on to Carmelo, and then Diddy, and then Sharpe. And I have to hurry up because, man, this time goes by quick. You said, but we be getting arrested for shit other people don't. Right, and we do. Okay, but let me tell you something. A lot of times when Black people get arrested, though, I mean, how many times out of those times is for something that they really didn't do? Let's keep it real. Well, let's look up some statistics, and we know they don't always be true. Let's keep it real. But we still need something to go by. Okay, so let's see. So let's see what they have here. And we know this is not 100% true, but we just get some kind of guideline. Okay. So they said it's impossible to pinpoint the exact percentage of Black people arrested and later proven innocent due to the complexities of the criminal justice system and the lack of comprehensive data. But they did say research consistently shows that Black people are disproportionately represented in, exonerations, indicating a higher risk of wrongful convictions for this racial group. So they said Black people are about 7 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of major crimes like homicide, sexual assault, and DRUG offenses than white people. And they make up about 53% of all exonerations, despite representing only 13.6% of the U.S. populations. So we do know that they do do stuff on purpose and make mistakes. Let's keep it real. But at the same time, we're not ignoring that. We're talking about people that we know who do crimes, Jermaine. We're not talking about the innocent people who get arrested and accused of stuff, and we know and they know they did not do it. We're talking about the people that they do have sufficient proof that they did stuff. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Okay, we know that a lot of Black people get arrested for things, or they get arrested for things that are light crimes, and they give them tougher sentences. We know this happens because, again, the justice system is racist. Okay, and that's why people who do engage in criminal activities, I'm talking about people who engage in criminal activities, you need to think twice before you do certain things. Think of the real consequences, period. Because in prison, you're basically a sitting duck. They can do whatever they want to, just about. You have your rights, but still, I have heard horror stories from Black ex-prisoners who says, a lot of different things happen. So I mean, it is what it is. We got to definitely, try to stay out of that system, by making the right choices. And for the people who are innocently put in there, I don't know what to say. I mean, because all I can do is I hope they have good lawyers and the lawyers keep on fighting for them. Period. I really do. Because that system itself is so messed up for Black people and other minorities that is plainly ridiculous. You can see that in the Carmelo Anthony's case compared to Casey Allison's case. Carmelo got a $1 million bond from the start. Casey Allison didn't. Okay? Carmelo bond is how much? $150,000. Casey Allison's wasn't. Okay? And then no one called Caysen in a news article titled "Murderer" or anything like that. I don't even believe, I think they said they got some threats. I don't know for sure if that's true, but I don't even believe they really got real. They may have gotten through, but not like, not like this dude, Carmelo, and his family, and the judge who let him out on that bond. Nah. So you can see right then and there how it is. You can see that. So let's go ahead and move on to Carmelo so I can show y'all this video. Then we're going to move on to the rest because I don't have that long. Okay. Let's see, because I will hate to have to cover the rest of this tomorrow. But anyway, let's look at this. Let me see if I can look up this video on TikTok first. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. I forgot to pull up the daggone page. Hold on for 1 second. Let me see if I can look it up because I can't show it to you on YouTube. Let's see. Let me go to it real quick. I hope you guys can still hear me. Let's see if we can pull up this video, part of it, on TikTok. I hope so. We should be able to because everything is usually on TikTok. Can y'all hear me? Just say yes in the chat domain. Let me see if I can pull this up, this dude's name. And then I'll share the screen. Let me see if I can get this thing. Hold on, y'all. So this is it, right? Let me see what this guy's name is.
Millions of Americans like me have imperfect.
Let me skip this damn ad. Okay, let's see. So let's see here. Carmelo. Let's see if I can get this real quick, y'all. Let's see if they have it on TikTok. I hope so. I hope so. These damn people got... Did I spell his name right? Okay, yeah, let's see. I don't think they got it up here. Let's see. So they claim Hunter said he had anger issues and his brother had to calm him down. This is 8 hours. Let's look at this first. Shit, I didn't even see this. Hold on. Let's look at this together. Hold on. Let me share the screen. I didn't even see this. This is new, you guys. Hold on. Let me do a share present. You need to look at this real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Share screen. I need to turn this damn music off. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's share this. Hopefully it plays. Let's look at this real quick, y'all. You stole my car. I'm going to do this. Let's stop this. Wait a minute. Hold on. What is this right here? Oh, they acting stupid right here. Let me go back. So hold on. What do these people talk about? Let's see. This is some bullshit. This is not true right here, okay? We need to look this up. I don't think this is true right here, okay? Talking about insufficient grounds for prosecution. We're going to look at this and see, because I know this is a lie. These people are crazy. Let's see here. I don't know why they do all this. Let's see. So right here, let's stop this. No, stop. They said Austin and Hunter Metcalf tried to bully Carmelo Anthony, and it didn't work in their favor. Carmelo was under the tent under the tent due to rain. Hunter said they approached him, told him to move, and grabbed his property. Austin assaulted Carmelo multiple times per witnesses. Hunter admitted he had anger issues and his brother had to calm him down. Do y'all believe that story right there, though? Because honestly, the black dude, one witness said that they went over there and assaulted Carmelo. Okay? And he did say they grabbed his property too. So, I don't know, you guys. So this right here, we know the rest of this shit is bull crap. We know that for real. The part by all his charges were dropped and things like that. I'm trying to find, I think this is him right here. Let's see this one. Okay, here it is right here. I got it. Hold on. You can't even hear this shit. I know y'all can't hear this, can y'all? Let me see. Oh, what?
Not even know. You try to talk to like I got the mic on. Hey, talk on now, bro. Hey. What I say? Hey. Oh yeah, D.
Oh. Jamie gonna have a heart attack. Shit.
What's the number one seed? Who's the number one seed? Up. Both up. Yeah.
I wish she would stop all that damn hollering. But that's what they do at these games. Damn. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay, we're gonna stop this right here. So, the reason why I played this, guys, I hope you can hear me, is because some idiot put this video up and act like this dude is doing something abnormal. Now, how many times have you seen kids out there play on a field, okay, and they be doing the most? All he's doing is screaming, talking loud. hyped up over this game, hyped up when they get whatever, or when they don't. Okay, that's it. I don't see him acting overly aggressive like this stupid ass ninja said in his little on his channel. You know, I just see a regular young kid out here playing a sport and just getting all hyped up over it. I don't see him doing anything crazy or violent. So, I mean, Jermaine, why was that dude saying all the stuff he was saying? Luke said, who brings a knife to a track meet without intent to use it? The same idiots who carry GUNs, Luke, and don't really plan on using. They just carry it for safety. Okay. And he probably wasn't really coming to a track meet. He probably was, he did come because I think he drove there, but I'm sure he wasn't coming there to unalive somebody or stab anyone. He came there because he wanted to. He didn't know that Austin Metcalf was going to come over there doing the most. Let's see. Somebody said he wasn't trying to murder. He was defending himself. And I honestly believe that, you guys. And I think he will get the criminally homicide, negligent homicide. I think he'll get that if it's just not. Yeah, I think he's probably going to get that. Somebody said, well, I mean, if someone tries to push and shove you and you fear for your life, it's kind of easy to get to that point. It sure is, point blank. But in this video, hold on. In that video we just seen, I don't see anything unusual. Okay, let me look at something real quick. Let's see if they're gonna pull this up. I don't know if they will or not. Let me see. Oh no, that's not the right one. Let's see something. Let's see what now I want to see, because I want to see if I can pull up one of our team when the coach is screaming at the kids. Okay, they're younger and they're playing soccer, which they call football there. Let me see if I can pull his up. I just want to show y'all, because I remember one time I heard him on that pitch and I was like, you doing all that screaming? And those kids, he was like, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's how they talk to them. So I don't know why this guy who put this up and try to make a big deal about it, try to act like Carmelo was being aggressive because he's screaming. If anything, he's just being damn loud and y'all go crazy over these sports. And I just don't understand that, if anything. And I have always said that y'all be doing too damn much for me. Y'all really do. All that screaming and shit. You know what I'm saying? What is that all about? But anyway, you know, but I don't know why he's acting like that is so crazy. It's violent. See, I told you some black people do too much. Some of these black people make stuff worse. They make stuff worse. Let me see if I can pull up our team. Let me see if I can catch him hollering or screaming. I don't know if I'll be able to, because he sure does do it. All right, let's see. Let's see if this is one right here.
Yeah, you're moving the ball in between your foot. From there, you're moving the ball underneath your foot. Not in between your foot. You understand that now? You know what I mean? Yeah. So anytime you come here, this is what you are doing. Before you get to the green. You see that? Huh?
I think he been nice with this one.
Back to the next player.
I want to get him. I want to get him when he's tripping out, like they do on.
That now. You're coming like this. You're going like this.
They're not talking. They're not talking nice.
Sorry. After that pass there, this is where you are coming. Huh? You are going like this. After that pass, your man.
Being nice right now, because I have seen him go off.
From here, in between your foot. Yeah. And you do what? Pass go. Eh? You do that. Then you go like this.
Uh-huh.
You go. And you do that. You go. That's how we move it. You understand that now?
He was cool on this. Let me find another one. I don't know
They're coming like
which
this.
one he's screaming. I got those on my phone, but I was hoping that maybe in one of these he was screaming. I'm telling you, they be doing the most on these pitches on these fields. You know, even with these little bitty kids when they be not doing the job right, or even when they be winning or whatever. So I don't know why that dude try to act like, you know, what Carmelo Anthony was doing was so abnormal when it isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It's not. I mean, that's what they do. I don't understand what he was trying to do. And it's like they be trying to pull. They put videos up and try to, pull anything out of the water to make it seem like Carmelo is some overly aggressive kid who just purposely unalive this dude, when that is not true. I just don't believe it. And I wish I knew exactly which one of these he screams in, but I know I got him on my phone because I even had to tell him. I was like, damn, do you have to talk like that? He said that's the way they talk, and basically let him do his coaching because I don't know what I'm talking about, and so I was like, okay, because I'm like, why y'all got the screams so loud and stuff. So me just, helping with this soccer team right here and seeing how they do, I know good and damn well that Carmelo didn't do nothing crazy or anything. I know that for sure. So I don't know why that dude tried to make a big issue about that like he did. It's just plainly ridiculous. Okay, it's plainly ridiculous. Okay,
when you're the Trump administration,
because I do not want to see him talk about Trump. Okay, so yeah, so I just want to show y'all that. Right, he definitely was doing that. That's crazy. I mean, he was making a big deal because this dude talking about, hey, get it, please. When I used to have my singing group, okay, because I used to stay hoarse then too from screaming and stuff and raising my voice at my school kids at times. And the girl who was the lead singer of my group, I had her to be the lead singer because she can sing way better, obviously. She used to raise her voice at me and scream. Okay, but that was perfectly normal because of what we was trying to do. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't see anything overly aggressive about Carmelo when he was on that field. And I don't know why that idiot dude was saying everything that he said. And if it wasn't on YouTube, I would have played the entire thing. All right. But it wasn't on YouTube, and I don't want to show it because they always, go crazy when I do YouTube videos and stuff. But yeah, I just think that's crazy, you guys. And I already covered Carmelo earlier, so I'm not going to cover him again. We're going to go right into I covered him a little bit. I'm not going to go further into him. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to move right into Shannon Sharpe, okay? Because I want to get through with this before I have to leave. So Shannon Sharpe. Hi, y'all. So they said Shannon Sharpe, great accusers, lawyer won't release key evidence. The X video. Let's see what they're saying right here regarding that. And let me turn this music down just a little bit. I got hot sitting up here. I got hot sitting up here. Hey. All right. Something is wrong with me, you guys. My ass make a song out of anything. Okay, I had to turn that down a little bit. I done got hot talking about this boy screaming on the daggone field. Okay, anyway, the lawyer representing the woman accusing Shannon Sharpe of rape will not be releasing the video that allegedly depicts the two engaging in X, calling it key evidence in their case against the former NFL star. Well, you know what? That may be understandable. Why would he release it? To the public, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's what he's talking about. Anyway, hold on. Tony Busby tells TMZ Sports he and his client, who filed a lawsuit against Sharpe earlier this month for sexual assault using the pseudonym Jane Doe, have zero plans right now to put the footage out to media. And why would you expect them to do that when they're using this X tape in the daggone lawsuit, in the court case? Why would you be putting that out? That's stupid to even expect that they would do that. He said the only reason you know about the existence of a video recording is that Mr. Sharpe specifically referenced it in his bullshit statements. And I agree with Busby, okay? I agree with him. The contents of the video was shared during the mediation process with Sharpe's attorneys. And that's the only people it should be shared with. Why do that need to be shown to the public? You're going to mess up the damn case. Now, again, Sharpe and his team disclosed that, not us. Sharpe himself was offered on more than one occasion to view it himself. He declined. We have never made any claims or threats about it and won't do so. And you know what? Honestly, I don't like Tony, but let me agree with what he just said and give him a clap for that. Because why would they need to release anything to this dude, Shannon, or to the public, the media? All right, why? The only people who need to see that, he already showed the attorneys, okay? He offered to show that to Shannon, and Shannon did decline it because I told you guys about that. All right, so now you want to show it. Okay, you tripping out. Hey, Kim, good morning to you, hon, and thank you so much for being here. And Bronze, hey, how you doing? And thank you too for being here. And J4, Red Squid Files, Jermaine, Shell Quest, just everybody who's here, everybody in the bushes, and everybody who watches this in the replay once it replays. Right, and right, who wants to see this? Okay, weirdo. He should have watched that shit when they tried to show him the first time. Okay. So he said right here, hold on. And no, we won't be releasing the video as it is key evidence in the case and will be treated as such. If he would have released that, I would have talked about Tony Busby again. All right. Hey, Nate, thank you so much for tuning in. Now, Sharpe first made reference to the video on April the 22nd, 2 days after Doe filed her suit. He stated in an Instagram post, it's a 30-second clip of an X tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. He then contended the video should actually be 10 minutes or so before he employed Busby to put it out to the public in its entire unedited state. Now, Miss Doe is suing Sharpe for $50 million. Now, I said that's too much, but it is what it is. Alleging he raped her on more than one occasion toward the end of their nearly 2-year-long relationship. Sharpe and his legal team have been adamant the Pro Football Hall of Famer committed no wrongdoing, and they have repeatedly called her suit a shakedown attempt. As we know, Sharpe has stepped away from his gig at ESPN while vowing to battle the false and disruptive allegations set against him. All right. I don't know what the heck is wrong with Shannon. Okay, I really don't. I don't know why he thinks that they would do that. That's crazy. I just don't understand that. So let's see what else we got from him. I have another. Hold on. Yeah. We already know he refused to see the tape. That's the other thing that I had. So we already know that he originally refused to see that damn tape. Now he wants it seen. That's crazy as hell, you guys. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. The thing about it, people need to learn how to tell the truth. All right. Basically, I know he's not going to admit that he raped her, but put aside everything else we heard them talk about in those text messages and things like that. When she told him in that text message, she said that she told him not to put it in her, you know what, he did it anyway. That right there is a true indication that he did something extrally that he should not have done, that she told him to stop and don't do. Okay, so we do believe that he did put his, you know what, his eggplant inside of her salad, I guess, even though she told him not to. Okay, she said she even cried afterwards. And then a lot of people say, well, why did she let him come back after he raped her the first time? Women do a lot of weird stuff, okay? The dude probably said, I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, but women do these things. That doesn't still mean that it's okay to grape her again. All right, point blank. It doesn't mean that. If a woman tells you to stop, I don't care if you guys are in the right in the middle of everything. If she says stop, don't do it any further, that is what you should do. Okay, you're supposed to stop. Okay, regardless if it's a shakedown or not, the thing is, if she said don't do something, then he should not have done it. You don't put your woodpecker inside someone's wood if they don't want you to. Did I say that right? Your woodpecker inside someone's tree, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. You don't put your woodpecker inside someone's tree if they don't want you to. If they tell you to stop, don't put it in that part of the tree. You don't put it in there. Okay, you can put it in the other part of the tree, but you don't put it in the other part of the tree. Then you decide to do it anyway. When then that is called great. Okay, that's great. So let's see what they're saying on TikTok real quick. You said no, I didn't what? Oh, I know I didn't say it right. You know, I'm always getting stuff wrong. But I've been trying to say it, but I just changed it and made up some stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? Let me go up here real quick. I'm rushing too, because we only got a couple more minutes. Let me see if we can find Shannon Sharpe tripping out. Y'all, listen. No, I want to listen to him make that noise again. That is funny to me. Hold on. Shay's tube is so damn silly, man. Hold on. Man, we really need to read those text messages again, okay? Let's see what this video is right here. Well, we already heard that. We already heard this. Let's read this. Let's listen to this again. And I want to see. No, what is this right here? Oh, let's look at this.
So what I did is I took the time to gather all of the text messages, and I'm going to go through them in chronological order to see if we can figure some things out. Because what I realized is that if you just look at a text here and a text there, you don't really know what these two are talking about. So let's go through the whole thing so we can see if we can see the big picture. And before we get started, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. All right, so here we go. According to Gabby, she says that she met Shannon Sharpe in early 2023 when she was working at a gym and he was working out at the gym. And every now and then when he would come in, he would be checking her out. Now, she says that Shannon Sharpe started to make himself unavoidable. I mean, she couldn't get away from him. But then he approached her. And when he approached her, she was actually disturbed by some of the things that he was saying because, get this, he was an old man. Now, yet and still, she gave this old man her number. All right, so then she goes on to say that Shannon began pursuing her relentlessly. I mean, he wouldn't give up. So because he was so relentless, she decided to give in and she went to his house. And when she went to his house, she went to the door. He opened the door. He didn't speak to her. He walked up to the bedroom, laid on a bed. She laid on a bed because she felt intimidated. And then they got busy. Now, at some point after that weird first encounter, things changed because she seemed to get comfortable with Shannon. And on March 5th, 2023, she wrote, "Tie me up like this and cuff me." And then Shannon responded, "If I knew how, I would." And then she said, "It's okay. I have handcuffs. We can stick to those for now. I want to be in that position right now." All right, so based on his first text message that we have at our disposal, we can see that Gabby's not a shy little daffodil. Gabby is kind of aggressive. All right, so about a month later on April 21st, so what I did is I took the time to gather all of the text messages.
There's some different messages right here. Y'all got to read this shit. I'm getting your name tattooed on me in an hour. By the way, just thought I would let you know. So in the front of my conad, yes, daddy, on my neck. Yes, daddy, on my neck. If I get it, can I maybe be your baby mama? So she was trying to get a little baby so she can get that automatic check, huh? All right. She wanted him to marry her, though, I believe, because I think that's what it said. Let's go to the next one.
Exactly. Because what I realized.
So then, this is him right here, or this is her? No, she said, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you are effing me." Okay. And then she said, "Can I call you later?" Okay, let's see what else. This is interesting.
Whole thing, so we can.
And then she said, "I want to put my tongue in your ape, you know what, and then marry you. Only if you blank that baby gravy in me, then you can do whatever you want to me. Girl, you talking too much shit right here, honey. So you wanted that baby so you can have a guaranteed check.
Says that she
She said, that's just got my you know what wet, tie me up and do bad things to me. He said, cuff up. You still whatever handcuffs? I want like some hardcore BDSM action though, and feeling kind of freaky lately. Okay. Wait.
checking her out.
And then Sharpe wrote on February 29, 2024, that the woman's desire for the baby is a kink for her, which led the accuser to allegedly reply, "You're the one that has a breeding kink. I mean, I'm blank a baby if it's from your blank. I think I'd be a good mom. I have always wanted a black baby." Okay. Wait a minute, let me go back. Wait a minute, what did I just do? Wait, y'all. My ass is always.
Not the competition.
Wait. Let's go back to this.
So what I did is I took the time to gather all of the text messages, like and subscribe button. All right, so here we go. And when he approached her, she was actually yet still.
Wait a minute, I need to go look at this other one. What did she
Get this.
I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, daddy. You can almost see how what's there. Okay, that's crazy, you guys. This girl is a freak. Let's see. They said he was an old man. Okay, what's going on?
Then she goes on to say that she.
Okay, then she said, "That's my daddy. I want you to put a big black baby in me." You know, right then and there, with her making all these emphasis on big black. I mean, I don't understand why Shannon kept on talking to this chick. This is crazy. Let's see what else we got going on here.
Relentless. She decided to give in and she went to.
You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. So she wanted, I guess, to marry him. You know, I guess, I don't know.
On a bed. She laid on a bed because she felt intimidated.
This is when Shannon Sharpe accidentally went live on Instagram during an extra encounter on September the 11th, 2024. Initially, he claimed his account had been hacked. Then he admitted the incident was an accident and expressed embarrassment over the situation. We need to look at this. We need to laugh again tonight.
She wrote, "Tie me up like this."
Hey, wait a minute, hold on. When I'm 152 pounds, but you can't touch me because you cheated on me on Instagram Live with whatever. I'm going to be 180 soon, and you are still not going to be able to touch me. Bet you are regretting your actions right now. And then he said, "I'll be killing that young Pete." She said, "Absolutely not. When you give me a formal apology for cheating on me on Instagram Live and multiple other times, then we can talk about it." Let me tell y'all something. Yeah, you know what? I don't believe you. Listen, I don't know if this is what I'm about to say. I'm just going to say allegedly. Do y'all think this girl is pissed at him because he cheated? And since he cheated, he probably did do something to her without her consent, which can be looked at as great. But do y'all think she's basically, y'all thought she's doing just for the money? I'm thinking the girl is pissed at him because he cheated. And since he's cheated, because look at this is December 26, 2024 when she's talking like this. I'm thinking because he's cheated, then she started thinking about doing this stuff right here. I don't know if this is true, but I'm just thinking. That's what it sounds like to me.
I want to be in that position, right?
Wait, and Diddy said, "I have said I'm sorry, Gabby." She said, "All you say is I'm sorry, but you never say what you are sorry for and how you are going to make it right. So I would appreciate if you could do that because you really hurt me and I have been having a hard time with it." He said, "I have already apologized. Stop playing childish games." Well, she is a child, dude. That's why you should have got a grown-ass woman.
Daffodil. Gabby is kind of aggressive.
And then she said, "What's taking you so long? You either don't have the cash to show me or you are with Michelle. Which one is it, Shannon?" I'm telling you, this girl is mad. Okay? She's mad at this dude. She said, "I know you missed this big juicy butt. $25,000 for each cheek. Send a picture or FaceTime with me." Yeah, she's pissed, you guys. Okay. See, some of these messages I did not see before. She is pissed at this dude. And I think she's doing this for retaliations. But not to say he did not grape her, because she said.
So what I did is I took the time.
She said in that message that she told him not to do that, and he did it. But you know what? I bet you if he would apologize, right? Let's keep it real. And he would have did it the way she wanted him to. I guess get on his knees and say, I'm sorry, and really mean it. I bet you she wouldn't have came out with this stuff, and she wouldn't be saying anything. That's why she was able to let him come back if he did that before. I believe she probably did fall for this damn dude. I really do. And when he slept with that chick, allegedly Michelle, and had it recorded, that pissed her off. So she figured that she would go ahead and sue him for grape and just tell what he did. Because before, she probably was going to not say anything as long as he did like he's supposed to do. Right. Yeah, no means no. He should have still did that. Well, we know he did it. We just say he did something he shouldn't have did. When she told him to stop, he didn't stop. So, she went on and told and used that, as a form of retaliation, because if he would have said, I'm sorry, the right way and seemed like he really meant it, I bet she wouldn't be doing this lawsuit. I'm almost willing to bet you she would. So let's go listen to his little what's the name tape. Let me see. I want to hear this again because it was a hot ass mess. Let's see if I can pull it up. Oh, I don't know if we can pull it up. I don't know where did I find it at last time. Oh, maybe this is it right here.
Michelle, come to the front because, baby, Michelle got that grip. Michelle got that. You hear me? All you heard was Shannon start growling.
I mean, I hear people on social media saying he can only go 1:16.
Listen, man, I'm seeing everybody critique these Shannon Sharpe audio videos, and they trying to grade his performance and map out what was going on. This lady saying Michelle must have been putting it on him, had that gripper, which I don't know, she may have. And then you have Cameron and Michael Irvin trying to say, hey, man, there wasn't enough clapping in there. Wasn't enough roughhousing in there. Then I seen Chad Ochocinco say, hey, Shannon, you got to work on your stamina. Man, 1:30 seconds. Listen, I want y'all to understand. I don't care how many pills Shannon Sharpe pushes. I don't care if you got them diamonds, Cialis, 100 packs, Hennessy, all of that. Listen, at the end of the day, a 60-year-old man can only do so many things. And remember that, ladies. You can't hold a man who's in his 40s, 50s, and 60s to the same standard as a man in his 20s.
That's what I've been saying the whole time, you guys. I mean, especially when they start getting their 50s, and certainly when they're practically almost 60. When they start getting 52, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it'll be like something totally different, you guys. Let's keep it real. All that. These people are crazy. Hold on.
Don't run from me. Do not fucking run from me. You already knew the type of nigga I am before you got here. Don't play.
Y'all, these people are crazy as hell. I'm trying to hear the video again because it was funny. I can't even pull it up. Can't do it. Let's see. Let's see what he said. Oh, no, we don't need to see. I'm trying to see if I can hear him do this video real quick before I get off his stuff. Oh, wait, but hold on.
Don't run from me. Do not fucking run from me.
These people are stupid.
You already knew the type of nigga I am before you got here. Don't play. Relax them legs and submit the fuck to me.
These people are stupid as hell on TikTok, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. They are silly. I'm trying to find the actual video. I can't find it tonight, y'all. I don't got enough time. But when I get it again, I'm gonna get it. We're gonna laugh about it again. That was hilarious, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. It tripped me out when I heard it. Just like when I heard that other video that was live on YouTube, I was laughing then. I'm laughing at Shannon as well. That's a hot ass mess. Now y'all know why I like younger dudes. You know, God, not saying that all older dudes breathe like this because I don't believe they do, but this dude breathed like that, and then that dog breathed like that as well. Damn, woo, that was a hot ass mess, you guys. All right, so anyway, like I said with Shannon, trying to get that video shown now. It's too late, dude. Okay, it's too late. Let me see if I can pull that part up real quick. See if we can get anything on that. So here it is right here. Let's see what she said real quick, okay? And then we're gonna see what she said on this real quick, and then that's gonna be it with Shannon.
At some point, I want these wealthy, famous men to realize that they are wealthy, famous men, and it's some things that you just simply cannot do. Period. And it's certain people that you should simply not associate with. Period.
So he offered her $10 million, huh? And she did not check that she wants more money. I'm telling you, this girl doing this for revenge because he cheated and he put it on live and all that. Let's see if this is it right here. That's not them. Okay, they did not do all that. Okay, damn, that actually sounds better than what he did. Shit. Wait, let me see what he said.
This Shannon Sharpe situation don't even amaze me because
this is not the one either, you guys. I don't want to hear them talk about the thing no more. Let me hear.
Child would have been around 29 or 30 at the time this relationship was allegedly happening, meaning Gabriella is about 10 or 11 years younger than his youngest child. Now look, everything may have been legal on paper, but that age gap, especially in that context, like it's not technically a crime, but it definitely makes you give him the side eye. Anyway, let's get into the tea because Gabriella did not hold back in that lawsuit. First off, she actually filed it under Jane Doe, clearly trying to stay anonymous and keep her identity out of the spotlight. But that didn't last long because Shannon and his legal team went ahead and named her directly in their response. So yeah, that's how we found out who she was. In her lawsuit, she accused Shannon of manipulating and controlling her and alleges that he violently SA'd and SA'd her from behind. In October 2024 and January 2025, blatantly ignoring her pleas for him to stop. The lawsuit details instances of alleged threats and physical, stating Sharpe refused to accept the answer no, even as she sobbed and screamed. According to Gabriella, things started off pretty normal and they met at a gym in LA and ended up in a consensual relationship that lasted around 2 years. But somewhere along the way, things allegedly took a dark turn. She claimed Shannon became cruel and even threatened to unalive her when she tried to share her location with friends. And it doesn't stop there. Gabriella also claimed Shannon was big on recording their private moments, sometimes with her consent, other times allegedly without her even knowing. He told her the videos were just for him, but she's now accusing him of showing those recordings to his friend. But Shannon was not about to let that slide without a fight. He came out with a statement through his lawyer, and let's just say he clapped back hard. In the statement, they didn't just deny the claims, but they also posted actual text transcripts that Gabriella allegedly sent him, and child, they are graphic. Like, not just spicy, we're talking full-blown, explicit, no hands barred type of messages. He clearly wanted to show that things weren't as one-sided as she's making them out to be, but Lord, Aaron knows text, he did not come to play. In the text, she said stuff like, I want you to.
Yeah, well, we already saw the text. Okay? We already saw those texts. All right. And the thing about it is like this. You play the game, you can get caught up in the game. And he just, I mean, I think it's plainly stupid. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. And also, I still believe that she is doing retaliation, but I do also believe that he did, rape her. He did the backdoor action when she told him not to. And then she also said that he threatened to unalive her. I believe her. And I also believe her when she said that he showed her videos around. And the reason why I believe that, because something similar happened to me. All right. And the person denies that he did it, but he's the only person who I gave that picture to. All right. So yeah, I believe her. I really do. Because I know some of these men can do some scandalous shit, just like some of these women. Yes, I believe everything she says. He should have known better. He shouldn't have been doing stuff to her when she told him to stop. She was already getting freaky with him. So why did he have to do, stuff when she's telling him not to? Damn, she was already setting it out completely out with him, So, I mean, why couldn't he just stop and not do things that she didn't tell him to do. It seems like she played the role of the dominatrix at times too. All right. So since they was into all this Kiki stuff, why couldn't he be satisfied with what they were doing? And then he should have got on his knees and apologized to her. They were in a relationship for 2 years. What's going on here? He was just playing this little girl. That's what he was doing. Giving her money and stuff and tricking her when he shouldn't have been doing that. Let's keep it real. So I don't feel sorry for Shannon Sharpe. He should have known better. The dude is almost 60. He should have known better. Too old not to know. Point blank. Okay, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on to Diddy. This is the last one tonight, and I'm trying to beat my daughter before she calls me, okay? So let me go ahead and do Diddy real quick. I wanted to tell you guys this other stuff, but I'll tell you guys that tomorrow. I may be able to tell you real quick if I hurry up with Diddy. So anyway, the thing with Diddy is, let's see. Let me make sure she didn't call me. I think she did already. Let me see. Yes, she did. Let me hurry up. Let me just say on my way. I'm lying, though, but I'm going to be on my way in a second. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let me go ahead and get Diddy real quick. So Diddy. So they did say it's not that much on Diddy. They said Diddy case is called unusual as indictment omits names of alleged co-conspirators. Remember we were just talking about that, Jermaine? What happened to all the other people? So here it is. Let's see. It is a strange case. He may get off, though. He may get a mistrial. We don't know. They said as Sean Diddy Combs prepares to stand trial on his federal RICO charges, legal experts point to the unusual absence of co-conspirators and sealed witness identities in the high-profile case. All right? So they said since he got arrested, the public has wondered if big names in the celeb world will get pulled into the case. Let's see. Sean Diddy Combs has been indicted on charges including ex-trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. Since he was arrested, the public has wondered if big names in the celeb world would get pulled into the case. Here is what Offit Kerman attorney Mark Wiseman said about the unusual nature of Combs' case. All right, so he said, all eyes remain on Sean Diddy Combs as his trial approaches. Combs pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. These include leading a criminal enterprise to coerce women into participating in orchestrated sexual encounters called freak-offs. The indictment also accuses Combs of using narcotics, threats, and violence to maintain control over victims and conceal his actions. Okay, so the attorney Mark Wiseman shared why this case is likely to be unusual. The reason he said lies in the absence of co-conspirators. He said, despite the fact the government alleges a 20-year criminal RICO conspiracy, only Combs is charged in the indictment. He said RICO charges are mostly famously brought in organized crime cases, but are also seen in other types of cases, such as white-collar cases involving corporate fraud. In these types of cases, charges will frequently be brought against alleged co-conspirators. Okay, Reisman added that in typical RICO prosecutions, people at varying levels of the alleged criminal organization plead guilty. They agree to cooperate in exchange for reduced charges or a hope of a lighter sentence. But in Combs' case, the indictment names no co-conspirators, even though some allegations claim members of his security team were directly involved in the criminal conduct. He said it is likely that some of these people have been or will be cooperating with the government. It is not certain. There have been no known guilty pleas, and it is not known whether any other people have been or will be charged. He also said the names of potential witnesses have not been released to the public. many of these witnesses are believed to be celebs. Okay. As we already know, opening statements for Combs' case begin on May the 12th. This trial will probably last 8 to 10 weeks. Okay, so we thought it was weird too that no co-conspirators were named or anything, because they did, people, witnesses, or people alleged that other people participated in the freak-offs, the activities of the freak-offs. So it's very, crazy that you don't see no other people names there at all. And me and Jermaine was talking about that the other day here on the live, and we was talking about that over the phone. It's just weird. I mean, where are the other people? So let's see. Right, where are the other people? And how can you have a RICO case if there's no other people that help? I mean, you cannot convince me that Sean orchestrated all of this by himself. He did everything himself, and nobody else was engaged in this. I'm beginning to believe this, Jermaine. I'm really young, because it's kind of strange. Where are the other people, you guys? Why is it only Sean Combs who has charges against him for this stuff? I do not believe that he's the only person involved in this. I just don't. You know what? This may be true. Honestly, that may be true, Jermaine. Or I don't know what I did with my other ring, man. That could be possibly true, Jermaine. I think I lost 2 rings today. Good thing they were cheap. But yeah, that could be true. But anyway, guys, I believe so. A get back. I mean, because I don't see any other people being charged with anything, just nothing. And when the trial actually begins, it's going to be very interesting to see what type of information they have on those videos. All right, if anything incriminating. And I'm wondering too, why didn't Diddy accept the plea agreement or the plea deal if he did something illegal? Okay, because why would you not accept it? They said if you don't accept it, the punishment would be even more harsher. So if he knew he did something, why wouldn't he accept the plea deal? You would think he would accept it so he can have a lighter sentence. So I'm beginning to think that all of this is just, something that they done contrived up, and maybe they'll get him on some things, but I don't know if all of this other stuff is actually true. And then the public is also lynching him as well, accusing him of stuff before they have actual proof. Everybody is going off of that Cassie video, and you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? To prove other things. You can do that to prove that he beat the crap out of her. Yes. And he should be held accountable for that. But when she sued him, he was. And I think it was, I don't know if it was out of the statute of limitation for criminal charges. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But if it's not, that's the thing he should be there for, but not for federal. So this is weird. So we will see when this case starts. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated on anything new about Diddy. I think that was everything that I had for him tonight. It is. So, tomorrow when I do my next live, whatever else I have, I'll let you guys know. And tomorrow I got some information about Little Dirk. He was hit with a new situation going on in his murder for hire case. Okay. The feds, they seized something of his. Okay. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. They seized this unreleased music. Okay. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. And we'll go over any updates on Carmelo, if any, and all this other stuff that I talked about. Okay. And then let's see. I'm going to tell you guys about Trump. how he said he will seize wages and pensions and tax refunds to repay student loans. I did forget to tell you one thing about Diddy, but I'll tell you guys that tomorrow. I think I may have already. No. I already told you guys this already. So that was it for Diddy news. Okay. And tomorrow, if I have any more updates regarding Diddy, I'll let you guys know. All right. So I do have to go, guys. I got to go pick up my daughter. So I got to get out of here. And I'll try to do a live maybe early tomorrow morning and stuff. If we can talk about whatever else I didn't get a chance to talk about today and whatever other news topic I decide to talk about. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to Jermaine, Kim B. Good night, Kim B. Who else? Shades too, which is me. Nate the Great Podcast. I wanted to see what you guys are gonna say. Okay, if you would laugh. Let's see who else. Red Squid, X-Files, J4, Cutie Pie. Let's see, Most Hated Bronze. I ain't see Tony Bands. Shell, he probably off tonight. Or either he's asleep and didn't go to work yet. And everybody in the bushes and everybody who watches this in the replay. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. If you did not see this entire live, go back and watch the replay. You guys, don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed this content. Also, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe below and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment. Check out my video I did earlier where I was talking about Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf and how we need to stop doing all this foolishness with this case and stop being racist. Okay. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Don't forget, if you want to show additional support to this channel, you can do a super sticker, super chat, cash app to $Shades2, or you can copy yourself a membership for $4.99. Even when I'm not on live, you can still do all of those things, guys. All right. Check out my other videos and my YouTube shorts and check out my Country Wayne reaction videos as well. Okay. I just put up a new one yesterday. So check that out and make sure y'all go check out Country Wayne skits because they are super, super good and super, super funny. And then go watch my reaction videos because I always be tripping in those and stuff. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for all your views and your support. And I appreciate you. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys in my next live, which is on Wednesday. Peace out, y'all. Thank you. Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I can never find anything on this daggone thing. So here we go. Thank you all for watching and good night. Oh my gosh. Let's see. And there you go right there. All right. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace out. Thank you, Jermaine. Good night, Cheryl and Kim and everybody. Good night, y'all. You said Cassie is tied into this as well. She sure is. She's going to be a witness. All right, allegedly. All right, and it definitely seems like it was coordinated, okay? You got that right, Jermaine. Definitely. Okay, you said you'll show me tonight. Okay, make sure you do. I'm finna get ready to call you now, okay? All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I got to pick up my daughter. Peace out, y'all.